Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 2, Chapter 38. Okay, we are in it now. Act 2. Our protagonists have put Briarstone Isle behind them, and they've finally reached civilization, or what's currently passing for civilization. The town of Thrushmoor. If any of the four of you were sitting around thinking Thrushmoor was going to be a chill, safe place to hang out, rest up, get organized, like I think Johnny was, I bet I threw some cold water all over that idea the last few sessions.
Can we go shopping before the next session?
Just a quick shopping
I really
trip.
wanted my character to take a bath.
We went in the water.
It's true. Because, as we've discovered, Thrushmoor, like Briarstone Isle, is going through some shit. We learned from Captain Freeling last time that the Count is gone. The Magistrate is gone. The militia has mostly disbanded. The Priestess of Pharasma is MIA. Almost anybody and everybody of authority around here is just gone. Except for Grip's replacement as constable. Her name is Barrowyn Kessel. And meanwhile, people are vanishing. Many people. And nobody's in charge. And everybody's scared. You managed to secure the hold of the Selen Starling as a place to crash for yourselves and the rest of the 4 dozen or so survivors from the asylum. And even though it does seem like Skywind is maybe a little bit more of a softie than she first let on, you do have to assume that the situation there will have to come to some sort of end at some point. Plenty of those folks are going to need or want to head out on their own.
If they can.
You got a theory, Katie?
I have a theory that we're all idiots, and none of us even rolled a sense motive check last time, and I have detect thoughts at will, and I think that they're slavers. I think their hold was empty of slaves, and that's why they were so welcoming, because we're not playing a nice campaign where we are heroes and we go on adventures. We are playing a horrible, horrible horror campaign, and we have been duped. That is my theory, and I stand by it.
Would I ever do anything like that to you?
You have multiple times over the last 25 years or something like that.
Well, I, for one, found the captain so charming.
Exactly.
Delightful.
Exactly.
So lovely.
Mm-hmm. Like a slaver.
God.
Wow.
Well, at least for the moment, you left everybody resting, healing, and eating there. And we'll find out their condition when you get back to them.
We could just look and see if the ship just like slowly like taking off.
The ship's gone now. Yeah, no.
We look out into the harbor and it's just floating
Bye.
away.
Remember, the lake is covered in fog, so you're gonna
It's
start
not
to lose sight of
yellow
the ship.
fog,
No,
though,
it's
is
not.
it?
It's
So
not.
we won't even see it when they take off with their refugee slaves.
So you've decided to head into town. You know that Cassadio Rents, the head of the Sleepless Agency, is the closest thing to an authority figure left around here at the moment. And you know she's an information broker and a mover and shaker, and she'll probably have more detail on the current goings-on than Skywind and Dabwick do, because they're foreigners and strangers who've only been here for a few days. It is the morning of the 4th day of Neth. It's brisk out today. Fog is rolling in off Lake Carthen, which, now that you can see it here by day, it would look kind of like an ocean to you. It's huge, but there's no salty smell, just a rank reek of dead fish in the air. It's a cloudy day, gentle drizzle is falling, not enough to have any mechanical effect on your vision or any of that other crunchy stuff, but it's gray and bleak and dreary. You're up high now. High atop Crocus Hill, the hill of the 3 tall hills in town that's located out on one of the islands close by shore. And as you made your way up the hill, you could see the whole town crouching out there in front of you, below you. Iris Hill to the north with the hedge-shielded mansion squatting atop it. To the east of that, the lower hill with Fort Hale Course looming on its plateau peak. To the southeast of that, the other tall hill with its standing stone, its star stella. And down below, the dark gray Gothic-y Tudor village of steeply peaked roofs and shuttered windows and closed doors. You're standing in front of the other star stella in town. You were just about to examine it when Dora caught sight of a figure approaching from the base of the hill on the lakeside. I'll take you to a map here. It's a pretty big one representing Crocus Hill here.
Whoa.
You'll find yourselves way up at the top pretty close to...
Top of the hill, not top of the map, right?
Right, top of the hill, so center of the map, actually. And as you can see, the topography of the hill here it's largely grassy, but there are occasional stretches of sheer cliff face kind of jutting out.
Is there any difficult terrain?
This hill is steep enough that if you are going uphill, it is difficult terrain.
But we are at the uppermost
You're at
point
the top of the hill right now. Going down is not going to present a difficulty. If you decide you want to traverse any of those cliff faces, that would be a climb check. So very slow going, moving up. And if you are, basically, if anybody happens to be below you and you're using a melee weapon, you'd get that +1 for higher ground to your attack rolls.
How hard to climb a tree?
That's a great question.
I know, thanks.
Oh, I love that question.
I have to ask it because suck at climbing. Especially right
Suck
now
it.
with my
Suck at
6
climbing.
strength.
I'm going to call this a DC 15 climb check to climb these, because these aren't like super branchy trees. These are pretty like shoot up from the ground to the canopy kind of trees here.
Shall I just look at what my climb check is just to see?
With your current,
With my current-
sickened and fatigued
Yeah.
conditions, what is it, like probably -3 or something?
Oh, no. -4.
Oh!
So I'd have to roll a 19 or a 20 to climb a tree.
Yeah.
Just to put things into perspective.
You're very sick, and you're also not a young whippersnapper.
I just want to say that I am older than Dora.
And you seem pretty old to us.
I don't know how you do on climbing that tree. I mean, I want to be honest. I think you'd have to
Robert
roll a 19.
is older than me.
He seems kind of,
Don't do
youthful
that.
and lively.
Wow.
Hey, way down in the bottom right corner of the map, I have placed a figure. And again, you're picturing this like 60-some-year-old, intensely focused-looking man wearing red academics robes, but torn and shredded, and he is just ashen. And again, not like he's feeling a little pale or sick, like he lacks blood. And he is
Oh, so he's undead.
soaking wet.
He's an undead who walked here from Briarstone.
He's way down at the bottom of the hill, and Dora just caught sight of him. He yells out,
He's undead Dr. Trace.
For years, I raged and rotted inside that cask at the bottom of the lake, howling and screaming, always able to sense you,
he's staring up into
is.
Grip's
Oh my
eyes.
to feel you, yet unable to escape. And then you faded, you thinned. But I continued, almost slumbering. Not quite, and not even fully waking, when an earthquake dropped me into a fissure and the pressure split open my cage. I stirred, but still I slumbered. And then I felt something. Not you, but you. Was it you? Then yesterday, you were back. Not quite your soul, but at least the wretched body you used to destroy mine. I walked all night across the bottom of that lake, from my home to yours. And now, here in your home, you will pay for what you have done.
And he lets loose
Oh no.
a horrific, otherworldly, supernatural scream that bounces and rebounds off of all of the hilltops in the region. You are all left momentarily, not mechanically, but emotionally staggered as the sound waves hit you, and you can tell if you had been a little bit closer to what he just did, you might actually be driven to your knees in terror. Everybody roll initiative.
You guys, we are fucked. I know what this is.
Yeah.
How come you know what this is?
Because I've fought one before. Not Dora, but Katie.
I am.
So it's meta knowledge.
I do want to say,
I'm not going to say it.
take this fight
Very serious.
about as seriously as you possibly can. Lucky for you, I just got a 3 on the die here, so
Nice.
Dora,
15.
Ray,
Rolled an 8 on the die, plus 2 is 10.
Grip,
17.
Roni.
21.
Fantastic.
Oh boy, you guys. This is bad. We need to keep Grip alive.
to share a little picture here with you. A little bit of art for Dr. Berigmond Trice.
Yeah.
So we put him in a cage, did we?
Oh my God.
And you threw him to the bottom of the lake where he sat for years trying to get out.
Where's he from?
Garoond, I guess I hadn't decided where he's probably from Ossyria is my guess.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's a very scholarly type.
The thing about this that's so rough is just as we start to feel like we're trying to like change and stuff, we experience again how awful we are, how awful we were.
Yeah. So two big themes of Act 1 are really memory and identity. Like who are you if you don't have your memory? How do you build a new identity? And a lot of what we're going to be dealing with in this book is loss and consequence.
The world remembers us better than we remember ourselves.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Please don't go running away from me, even though I'm last in order.
Okay, we start round 1 with Roni. He's the first one to act. If that little bit of monologuing he didn't make it clear, he is staring at Grip and only Grip. You do know, Johnny, that, or you believe that Roni was somehow involved with what happened here, but it does appear as though this creature's ire is focused solely on Grip. What do you do?
I am going to pull the tears to wine, and I'm going to drink it.
Great. Remind us what that does.
All right. This spell turns non-magical liquids, including spoiled, rotten, diseased, poisonous, or otherwise contaminated drinks, tears, seawater, and similar fluids into mead or wine of average quality. So I'm getting drunk. No, that's not what I'm doing.
Roni falls over.
Creatures that drink the mead or wine created by the spell become sharp-witted and clear-minded, gaining a +2 enhancement bonus to all intelligence and wisdom-based skill checks.
Nice.
So that will assist for the next thing that I want to do, which is make a check.
This would be a knowledge religion check.
Son of a... How did I know that? But I can still make it, even though I have no ranks in it. Oh! Got a 23.
Nice.
Ooh. Here's what Roni knows. Sometimes, in very rare instances, when a person is murdered, the pain and anguish and rage they feel at the wrongness of what has been done to them, their body, and their soul, sometimes that anguish lights a spark that prevents that soul from entering the river of souls and keeps that soul locked here, transforming the body into what is known as a revenant, which is a single-minded murder machine, which exists solely, completely, and highly effectively to slaughter the person that killed them. You do know that they always know the exact direction to their target. As long as they're on the same plane of existence, their target cannot evade them. Let's see. You know one piece of useful information here. I'm going to figure out what to get to you.
Can I ask for something?
You sure could. Let me kick off with, you do know it is an undead creature.
Right.
So it has the traditional undead immunities. It's been a while, just to remind all of you. Immune to death effects, disease, the big one for Dora, mind-affecting effects, paralysis, poison, stunning, sleep, anything that requires a fortitude save. And then, of course, they're immune to a whole bunch of other stuff that has to do with negative energy and non-lethal damage. And what kind of thing are you interested in Roni knowing?
Oh, this is hard. My initial thought was to want to know about its movement capabilities, but I think I want to know if it has any kind of weaknesses.
I think that's how Roni would think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. They do have a weakness. They have a pretty significant weakness. If they are ever confronted with their own reflection or any object that was particularly significant to them in life, they have to make a pretty effing high will save to avoid becoming overwhelmed and helpless until they are attacked or they see their murderer. So this is a trick you can't pull if Grip is in view of the thing, but as long as it can't see its murderer, you present it with either its reflection or something important to its life, there's a very strong possibility it might be driven helpless.
And how long does that last?
It lasts until you attack it, or it can't see whatever you're presenting to it.
Great.
Oh, let me finish off how that ability works, in case anybody wants to try it. If it does make that save, it then reacts to that by making you, the person who presented whatever you're presenting, its next target. And then it will single-mindedly just aim to destroy you before then moving on to the original target.
Wow.
It's a big gamble. It can pay off huge. It can pay off huge if you find a way to use it and work around it. But there's a lot of danger involved. So knowing that, what do you think Roni does?
Grip. Wait for it to get a little higher. And then, oh God, I'm talking in the wrong voice. No, but maybe that's what he does in this moment.
Little regression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grip, this is what you need to do. You gotta run away, okay? Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Get out of here. Run.
And I start digging in the handy haversack.
Okay, excellent.
I got a move action,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So then I pull out the steel mirror.
Excellent. There we go.
I got this.
Grip, you're up next.
Hold.
Can Ray say that?
So, yes. So,
I just don't run yet.
do you want to hold your turn for...
Unless you're not going to run.
Well,
You don't have to listen to the teenager if you don't wish to.
He's not a teenager.
He's not a teenager. He's a young man in his 20s.
there's no ambiguity that this thing is coming for me.
Zero ambiguity.
All right, eyes go slack. Eyes roll back. Jaw goes slack. God, it's been a while.
Yeah, neck
Cracks the
back,
neck, and
slack.
he takes the Iron Will feat.
Which is not a combat feat, right? I think you have to take a combat
I
feat.
do have to take a combat feat. That's why it's not on the list.
Okay.
And I thought, why didn't I put any of those on the list? That was a stupid oversight on my part.
Good
Nope,
assumption.
that was me playing by the rules.
Good job, you.
Yeah, all right. Well, then,
You could just run.
yeah, I mean, is the Stella large enough for me to hide behind?
It is, yeah.
Then I'm going to move over to try to get that between me and this thing's line of sight.
Sure. So as it's making its way up the hill, you're gonna, even though it seems to know where you are, it won't be able to have eyes on you.
Like there, does that seem like
That seems like a great place
reasonable
to be.
spot? Okay, so I've moved just slightly to the north and west of the Stella.
Fantastic.
He said something about you have a different soul now.
Yeah, let's
this-
pick that apart after we survive this combat, if we do, because I'm glad you noticed that, Katie.
I
That
wasn't
is
I was asking mechanically in terms of the combat and vision and seeing him. Like, is the Revenant's ability based on sight, or does he just close his eyes, always know what direction Grip is in?
Let's see what Dora knows
I'm not there.
when she makes a check.
I don't have religion.
And it's Dora's turn. Unless, Grip, you want anything else?
I'm trying to think if there's anything. If there's anything preventative I could throw on myself here.
Why don't you take a look, and we'll let Katie decide what she's doing. We can pop back in.
Gotcha.
Great.
Dora has a spell, but
Do you want to make a check on this?
I do want to make a check on this, but I have to use an ability. So Dora is going to tap into something Tima knows.
Oh.
So she can
Whisper to me, Tima.
Yeah, I don't think I can do better than Johnny, and I don't have religion on my sheet, so I just got to make a d20 plus 4.
You're using your ability to make an untrained.
Yeah,
Okay.
once a day. The question is, do I want to use Burst of Insight to get a plus 4 bonus on this check? And I think I will.
Okay, great.
So boom, she casts the spell you've seen before. That is gonna
And what does she picture when she casts
daze
this?
her for a moment. This is an opening of a dusty old tome. She
An opening
feels
of what dusty old tome?
the Chain of Knights.
Thank you. Which she still has not opened in the real world.
Why would I? It brought nothing but horror and devastation on Briarstone.
Open the book. Open the book.
Shut up, Reynard. And with a feeling of desperation, which is the only way that she would reach out to Tima like this, her eyes widen suddenly, and I'm going to make this check at a +8.
Nice.
17.
Do you have any shame left in you?
I do, but I got to roll a 6 to get to beat. Am I trying to beat
No.
Roni's check or
No,
just...
you're trying to hit the DC, which you don't know. Although you know it's probably pretty high
Yeah.
since he only got one piece of information.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's just use everything.
Burn it all. Burn it all
Burn
now.
it all.
Yeah, so that's a 22.
Fantastic. Okay. So you know the general flavor stuff that I shared with Johnny before. Dora does dredge out of Tima's memory that information about revenants. I'll tell you a little bit about one of its very special and devastating abilities that will also kind of answer what you were starting to ask before.
Great.
So its existence is fueled by its hatred for its murderer. Like I said, as long as the murderer exists, it exists and it knows where it is. When a revenant encounters its murderer, this is just grotesque, it gains the benefits of a haste spell plus a +4 profane bonus on attack rolls, damage rolls, grapple checks, and saving throws against the murderer. So against Grip, it is both hasted and an additional on top of that +4 to pretty much everything it's going to try to do. It's terrible. But what Dora does know from Tima's memory is that the haste component of it is actually reliant upon sight. So he was hasted when this fight began. As soon as Grip ducked behind the Star Stella, no longer hasted. It's going to take him longer to get up that hill, which is maybe going to buy you a few more rounds of whatever you're planning on doing. But that is only one piece, isn't it?
That's a good piece.
It's a big piece.
It's a big
good
piece.
Before Dora becomes inevitably dazed for one round after casting the spell, she sort of wobbles, manages to keep her feet, but does look at Grip and say, "Run."
Okay, you're getting a lot of
A lot of mixed messages.
You're not. Oh yeah, you are, Ray.
I hate it when mom and dad fight. I will have taken the dodge. I'll take dodge.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Give me a little extra 1E on my armor class.
The Revenant's up next.
Goody. Did the dodge scare him?
He decides to leave. Okay, so not hasted. This is all happening pretty fast, and as it finishes, it's monologuing, and Grip jumps behind the Stella to get out of sight. The three of you that can see it, you watch. You know for fact, because this man ran a medical institution and was a famed scholar, that he was highly intelligent. And it's like you're watching the last dregs of his mental brain power having been expelled. As if for years he's been holding on to this piece of, I want to say these things to you, and it's, it's all fading, and you see him turn into little more than a ravenous beast. The light of intelligence and communication starts to fade from his eyes. His lips pull back into a grimace. His hands form these long claws, and he starts tearing up the hill, but he's moving slowly because it's difficult terrain.
Was it 3 years?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Since the and that's what Erwin said in the memory, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a lot closer.
All right, he starts serpentining his way up the hill, dodging past one of the cliff clefts that would slow him down, keeping on the grassy part so he can move as fast as he can. But it's very steep, and it does seem to be slowing him down as you would expect. We're on to Ray now.
Ray steps up to Dora, who was wobbly on her feet, and casts Remove Sickness.
Nice.
Thank you. She doesn't say thank you because she's dazed, but she...
Sure. She feels it. She drools a little bit. Free action looks at Grip to say, I'll cast Protection from Evil.
I forget. Does that do anything? Does that affect anything?
It would give you a +2 to any saves.
For fear-based things? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
All saves.
And it would be for all of us.
Gotcha.
It's a communal.
Oh, sweet.
right.
So that would give us all a +2, which is better than Bless, which is just a +1.
Gotcha. I will take it.
So I'm going to move next to Dora. I'm going to be moving to just to her.
I appear to be
right.
in front.
Yeah. So Ray steps slightly to the side of Dora, leaving her the front wave on the.
As God intended. Dora on the front lines.
And
am
may I
dazed next
also
round.
make a knowledge religion check?
You may.
It's a 4 on the die plus 7 is 11.
You are flabbergasted by what you see.
Yes.
Shocked, horrified.
Thank
A
you.
little staggered, a little weak in the knees, concerned.
Weak in the knees.
Oh, weak in the knees. See.
A little weak in the knees.
All right, round 2. Roni, you're up.
I am going to move down the hill at a full speed.
Oh God.
Wow.
Roni is approaching the Revenant.
Having this steel mirror in his hand, like looks back at you all, and then like just starts basically not actually running, but
Right.
running down the hill kind of thing. And once he gets underneath one of these big trees that would like block line of sight even more, he waits.
So he's standing underneath the shadowy canopy of these looming trees, shielding him from the rain, but darkening the area around him. Grip, you're up.
Wait,
Oh, yep.
I do want to ask, do I need to ready an action to have this thing out for him to be able to see it?
I like that. I think as far as the action economy goes, we can assume using a standard action to basically focus your attention and movement on keeping it in its view.
Okay, in that case, I shouldn't go this far because I would not have an action to be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
So then I will go back
Back a little bit.
a little bit.
I'm only saying that for something as small as a hand mirror.
Yeah, no.
If you had an object that was
I
important to his life, I think
totally get it.
Great.
This is why I want to make sure that I'm not doing something and then
I go.
he just
"Hang on."
walks by you because you didn't do
Yeah,
anything. You're
yeah.
like, well, then that was stupid.
Fair enough.
So I'm putting myself directly in the way where he would have to be coming around, where I think he'll be trying to come around.
Fantastic. Grip, you're up.
Boy, he hates not being able to run and fucking hit something.
That's always a choice.
thing will totally
Well,
tear
I
us
understand that it is a choice. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
I'm going to elect to not do that, but it kills him. And also, he's like, what did I do? He knows what he did. See, he's gonna stay there and take Ray's. So actually, does
can hold for Ray.
the guy go before Ray?
Yeah.
But he's not gonna get to me. But could he get within line of sight on his next turn? It'll be tricky.
That seems unlikely.
All right, I'm gonna delay my turn until after Ray.
Dora.
Dora is dazed, unable to act normally, but with no penalty to AC.
Dr. Trice is up.
Is he running up that hill?
Stop it.
He's running up that road.
He is running up that hill. And now at this point, he has devolved even further. He is now loping up on all fours, kind of like a terrifying undead bear. Just kind of
A demogorgon.
loping up that hill.
A demodog.
Ray, you're up.
Ray casts protection from evil communal. Let me see. Maybe I can get Roni in there if I take a move action.
I think it's about how far apart Grip and Roni are.
Right.
And they are 35 feet apart.
20-foot radius spread. Creatures touched. Dora is... What's your state of being
I'm
right
coming
now?
out of being dazed.
You know she'll be fine next turn.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to drag Dora over to Grip so that I can touch at least the three of us and get us in a protection from evil community?
You won't be able to drag her and reposition her and also cast a spell in the same round.
Okie doke.
I don't think I can tell you what she would want you to do.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, she can't speak. She can't take any actions. Yeah. She is staring. She's got glazed over eyes.
But the last thing she said
Yeah.
to Grip was run. So she's clearly fearful
Yes.
for what will happen to him.
Right. Okay. Ray drops his Morning Star, pulls his Wand of Bless,
Great.
and cast Bless on all of us. It's a 50-foot burst centered on the caster.
Fantastic.
That gives us all a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects.
Yay. Grip, you're up.
Can I do something now, people? All right, then I'm gonna separate the party. Because that's what a good party does. They separate
Split even.
when there's a revenant
In
chasing.
the horror campaign. Yes.
But I feel like
In a town we
feel
don't
like
know.
the only way they'll have a chance to kill it is if it can't see me.
Right. So as I look at this map, Robert, I think you get down to that next level, especially if you duck close to any of those cliffs. I think you would be out of sight from anyone in the top of the hill. Do you see what I'm seeing there?
So like if I'm down here,
Sure. Or even if you are,
about
do
up
you see
here?
this? Like even there?
yeah, that's where I was first thinking of going. Was just going to hide up there, but then I was thinking, well, maybe if I come around this way,
And come around the back
and then
if you have to.
maybe I can try to come behind just in case.
Sure.
Because just plain old hiding just feels gross. Okay, all right. So Grip's gonna move to the northwest to where there's that little opening.
Yes.
For 30 feet, and then he's gonna double move and go around the rock formation to the north.
Great. So you're heading down the hill on the other side, putting yourself completely out of view from the Revenant, heading loosely back towards the path that you came up the hill in the first place.
Correct.
And right now, yeah, as I see your figure there on the map, you've got yourself tucked in the shadow of one of these little 8 to 10 foot cliff faces there. So you're definitely out of sight.
And that's what I'll do.
All right. Round 3. Roni, you are up.
I continue to move down the hill.
You're within.
And then I present this mirror right in its face.
Yes.
And as I do, I say, "Stop." And I hold it up, trying to like catch his eyes, his reflection in it as he's coming towards me.
Oh my god, I hope this works. Oh my god.
Because you're fucking dead if this
Yeah.
doesn't work. I'm just going to tell you right now. Ooh, okay. DC 20 will save. Here we go. Fail.
Yes.
Good job.
Amazing. I was close, but 3 away does not succeed. So it is driven to its knees, and its face just widens, and this sense of like bestiality and monstrous, hateful unlife fades a little bit from its face as he just goes wide, and he seems almost like a child as he's like locked eyes with his own image in this mirror and seen what he's become. And whatever little tiny piece of this incredibly accomplished, incredibly rational, incredibly caring man sees what it is, he is rendered utterly helpless. He's overwhelmed with emotion. And he's sitting on his knees, staring up into his own eyes, weeping. Dora.
Just to clarify, this will last until he sees Grip or he is attacked.
Correct.
Keep Grip back. Nobody attack him.
What constitutes an attack? Tying someone up? Or striking them with a weapon or spell? Or both? Like, are we leaving him on this hill? Getting the fuck out of here?
Well, if the mirror gets taken away, then it also...
No, it lasts. The helpless condition lasts until he sees Grip or is attacked.
As long as he is looking at his reflection.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It is a good way to buy yourself a little bit of time, but it's not going to...
It's not ending the
It's
encounter.
well, it could be you could decide to leave Roni here with the mirror.
Forever.
So just move on with your lives.
Yeah.
I mean, are we still in rounds right now?
We are still in rounds.
Okay, well then I wait for my turn.
Great. What does Dora do?
Dora's gonna move forward.
Oh, as in closer to the Revenant and Roni. Okay. All right.
Well, he can hold him for a bit.
Yep. Yeah.
Because he'll just follow us, because he knows the direction that Grip is in.
Dora knows that for a fact. Yes.
Yep.
And now that he's out from the depths of the lake, it may not take long for him to reach you anymore.
All right. Dora only moves forward like 10 feet.
Okay.
Do we know the range of the howl thing?
Nope.
Nope.
She will ready. Fuck. I mean, we'll need grip for the fight. Like, we can't kill it without. She's gonna cast mage armor on herself. 'Cause
Great.
This is happening.
Dr. Trice is helpless, cannot move, weeps, gnashes his teeth in horror at what he has become. Ray, you're up.
Yes, I can, through Detect Undead, at least in a number of rounds, figure out how powerful this thing is, right? Like how many,
I guess I would
what
say,
its hit dice would be?
I would say, Paul, I think you've been in enough fights with these two right here. The seriousness with which they're responding to this threat would probably tell Ray as much as knowing its hit dice would.
Yeah. I'm reluctant to attack it without knowing that I can take it out with one hit.
We need to coordinate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I specifically said, don't attack it.
right. Ray will...
So Dora's no longer dazed. This is a fair thing for Ray to quickly ask Dora. Dora's gut impulse would be, no fucking way you're taking it out with a single channel.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Ray
She
will...
wouldn't say fucking,
No.
though.
There's no way. I'm sorry, Ray, but there's no way.
Fucking.
You're so good to ask. But no.
It was just a little bit of Tima
Fucking
slipping
way.
out.
Sadly is no. Ray will stow the wand, pick up his Morning Star, and just take a 5-foot steps to the south, closer to Dora.
Grip, you're aware that they have the creature momentarily cowed as you're hiding by a cliff on the other side of the hill, unable to see what's happening. What's he feeling?
The ultimate of frustration.
Yeah.
Like more, even more than the days in the library where he was just doing push-ups. And yeah, I mean, because he's got one job in these combats, and he can't. Well, two jobs: deal damage and absorb damage, and he can't do either.
You're still highly valued as a team member.
Okay.
It's a terrible position to put you in.
It sucks.
Shouldn't have killed that guy.
Well, it's a bit late for that. Cows are out of that barn. So I think with a double move, he could get to, like, here.
Edging around
Where
the
I can't
top of the hillside clockwise to get
like-
himself a little bit closer,
to,
but
like,
still out of
there.
sight.
So yeah, just so, because I feel like he can't even peek around and see what's going on from here.
Right.
But I think if we go around that, move from like 10 o'clock over to like 1 o'clock.
Sure, I see what you're saying there. So you're still behind the same cliff face, just a little bit closer, and with the possibility of
Right, because I
actually-
feel like, and I feel like right now I'm at the limit of where I could risk him getting a direct.
I agree with you. Yeah. You're out of sight for the moment.
Okay, then
Yeah.
that's it.
Cool. So for the moment, we can pause here briefly and assume, since it is held, if you want to do a little bit of talking about what you want to do,
Yeah.
totally fair.
I want to see something real quick.
Yes.
Since I've got this thing, if I shift the mirror a little bit from side to side, does it follow it?
Is it transfixed?
Oh, I see what you're asking.
Do I have to keep it literally held exactly where I have it held? Or can I like bring it down so that it's still looking at it and put it on the ground or rest it on a rock or do something like that where it's staring at its own reflection?
No, I mean, it's trying to tear its eyes away from this hated image, and I think you are having to do a little bit of jiggling to make sure that it keeps seeing it.
Okay.
It is looking where the mirror is right now. You do get a sense of, like, if you move it out of where it's frozen looking at, it might stop being transfixed by itself.
Okay.
So can we chat?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I've got. I've got 3 castings of Mind Thrust 2 that can affect undead
Oh.
today.
Because of your Phoenix amplification.
Yes.
Right.
And then that's it. Nothing else I have will affect this creature at all. I can do some damage, and I can make it harder for him if I let Tima out. But that's what I got. Paul, you've got channels.
I've got channels. We know, just maybe just for me, but for Ray as well. Like, We know we can't restrain this creature, or that will be considered an attack. Bring it out of its reverie, right?
Yeah.
Is it helpless enough within the gaze of the mirror to be sneak attacked? To be...
Well, we don't have anybody that can do that, but we can ready actions to channel, to cast Will of the Undead. You know, like we can do that, but that's one shot we get
Try to just overwhelm it with a...
with a bunch of damage right off the top.
Coup de grace dead.
I don't think we have anybody that
this.
can do that with.
Yeah, if it is helpless, can it be coup de grace?
Does that not require a fortitude save?
No coup de grace on an undead creature.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we could have Grip come up behind him while he's transfixed, and add to our
You will
readied
know the
actions.
direction of grip.
But as long as
But
he's
he's
still
helpless.
looking in the mirror, Grip could conceivably, as long as he stays
We
behind him...
basically all
come
have
right
to
Get a
attack
full,
at the
like,
same
full
time.
attack
Like
kind of
we
thing.
all have to
Like
ready
a
an
focus,
attack.
a focus fire, right?
Yeah, we have to ready. We all have to ready an attack for when Roni drops the mirror.
Our most powerful
And
attack.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if Roni can be part of that readied action if he's the one dropping the mirror. I don't know.
That's a question.
So, if you want to keep Grip as the focus of his ire, Grip could simply attack him from behind, which would then break the thing without Roni having to do anything.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that seems like maybe the.
We're
best
not
thing we could do.
fighting this. Are we agreed on that?
I was going to see if there's any way that I could like kind of move it around a little
Yeah.
bit with this mirror, but it seems to be kind of locked in, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that. So what do you think, Dora? You think that's?
I think we have no choice but to put this poor creature down to execute a mercy, as it might be said. And the only way we have a chance of doing that is if we all attack it at once with the strongest thing we have to weaken it as much as possible before it gets a chance to attack Grip.
Does anybody got any kind of like alchemical thing?
I have an alchemist fire.
I'll take that.
Yep, all yours. And Dora would be suggesting you channel, you throw the alchemist fire, or shoot it. Whatever you can do the most with when Grip attacks. This should be our biggest gun that we have. But Dora will pass the message to Grip. Grip, try to get behind it without being seen. It's hopeless now.
Does that count as combat advice?
No, it's
Okay,
a
right.
message. But I'll get that to you too.
Does
You
the thing the shout that he did at the beginning,
Yeah.
does that count as an attack against me?
No, because you were not within range of it.
Copy that. All right, message received then, Dora.
So if this is the plan, Grip, you can absolutely move around the side of the hill there and get behind him. He can't look away in the current circumstances.
I feel like I'm pushing this. Are we all in agreement on
Yes.
this plan?
I can't think of anything better. Like, I
I had been thinking, like, literally, I was wondering if there was a way to, like, put it in a crate so that
Right.
it couldn't see
I
anything.
just feel
but
like-
Or in
I
a
don't think that's
cage.
going to happen.
If we somehow put him in a cage at the bottom of the lake, then perfect. Problem solved. Am I right?
No.
Foolproof.
I'm only modifying my version of the plan to cast Cure Moderate Wounds because it's just a higher...
You got to touch him, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, though, right?
Is
All
it?
right, channel.
We'll find out. All right, where do you
I'll
want to be?
channel.
Put
do
yourselves
what
where you want to
like.
be on the map.
Do what you like, but I'm just saying, one's a touch,
You
one's
do
a
what
range.
you like.
I am gonna do what I like.
I know you will.
God, this is.
And this is a legitimate question. Am I able to move like 1 5-foot step forward so that I am right in front of it so that
Yeah.
it could be flanked?
yes.
Okay, then I will do that.
You're just bringing the mirror closer to
Yep.
its eyes.
Yep.
Yes. Whew. These things are fucking hard.
Seriously. And I also want to say too, while this is happening, Roni, has this thing in his hand and it's it's starting to tremble a little bit because this is
Terrifying.
terrifying and also not a short amount of time. Like we've now been talking for a while.
Can I ready a swift action and a amplified spell?
No. You can ready a standard action.
Can I do a swift action just before Grip attacks
To do what?
to manifest Tima,
Yes.
and then ready my
Yeah, that's fine.
amplified spell?
I understand what you're asking.
That's
Yes,
what
you
I'm
can do
gonna do.
that for sure.
Can I give Grip a guidance?
Yes. Because that lasts a minute, right?
Yes.
Great. So that'll be a +1 to some roll in your immediate future there, Robert.
Great.
Good God, this is terrifying.
It is.
Okay, and then also, so right before, what is the, is there a combat bonus to the helpless state that he's in?
Yes. The target is treated as having a dexterity of 0, having a -5 modifier, and melee attacks against a helpless target get a +4 bonus. So it's going to be pretty easy for the first person to attack to make that attack.
Okay.
Here's another little fun thing to throw in there. I don't have my rapier.
Yeah, you gave it to Voston.
So
You can convince
Shoot
him
it.
it's just
I could
sticks.
try to convince him that it's
Yeah.
that I can convince him it's
It's just a stiletto. It's just a stiletto. It's all right.
all right. So let's see if I can actually do that.
I'm low-key starting to hate this ability.
I am too. You and me both.
I have so many problems with what you just said. Low key and starting to.
Well, you know what? If honestly, if it's something that you dislike and we feel like it's being abused, then
We'll
let's
talk
look
about
at-
it.
We'll talk about it.
I will say, I think the use against Dabwick on the pier, I'm like, that's kind of fun, and that feels in flavor with what my initial understanding of the ability was. I'm a little shaky on the combat
Sidestepping
weapon, but
Grip's
it's according to
madness.
how it's worded, this is fair. So let's keep it in play for now, Johnny. You and I can chat between weeks.
All right. Here we go. Let's bluff it. 21.
All right. So for a brief moment, probably because he wants to, Grip does not believe that you're holding a dagger in your hand. He's focused elsewhere, and he's convinced that you're holding something else of an equal size. It could be the alchemical torch, as far as Grip knows. He doesn't know. He's going to try to kill this revenant.
Yep.
Before it slaughters him. Okay. Are we all ready to start?
Let's do this.
Take 2. So we pick this fight back up after some
gosh.
conversation and some repositioning, with Roni and Grip flanking Dr. Trice, Ray standing 10 feet away from Trice, 5 feet away from Grip down the hill, and Dora about, looks like 25 feet or so up the hill.
Close range.
Close range, just mechanically, close range. We're standing beneath the shadow of one of these trees on the hillside. Here we go.
And in the heartbeat before Grip acts, Tima comes forward. I don't know if any of you see it, but she gives a good head roll and is ready to play.
Excellent. Robert, what's your attack?
I am attacking with Red Destiny
And-
with power attack activated.
Love it.
So that turns me into a +8, but I'll get a 1d6 +9 if I succeed.
You've also got a guidance floating there if you want to use it, and the target is helpless.
Yes, I will use the guidance.
And you're
that's
flanking.
Okay, so I'm flanking. So I've got +8 includes the power attack. Then there's +1 for the guidance.
Great.
Right? So +9, +2 for flanking.
Great.
So +11. And I think that's it.
What could possibly go wrong? All right, here we go.
First combat roll for me! Oh, and I threw it on the ground.
That's the weirdest thing. Grip just falls over on his face.
19 on the die, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All right,
Backing
so
this shit up.
that is a hit. And let's see if this is a...
Wait, are subject to critical hits?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that's a 14 plus a, what did we say, 11, so 25.
Critical
Oh
hit.
my God!
Critical power attack hit.
First attack roll of the Act 2. That's amazing.
Oh, that's good. So 1d6 plus 9. Were there any other damage modifiers on that?
Nope.
Nope. So it's 2d6 plus 18.
Oh my God.
Good start.
18 is a good base.
5 and a 3. 18 plus 8 is 26.
26 points of damage. Doesn't quite seem to take all of that,
Oh no.
but it does take a lot of it. As Grip is driving Red Destiny, the sword designed to kill vampires, through the shoulder blades of the Revenant. Roni is prepared with his attack, which was...
Just gonna be me stabbing it with the stiletto.
Stab it.
Stab it, stab it. That is a 15.
Thanks to its helpless condition, the dagger drives in from the front side as Red Destiny drives in from the back, doing how much damage?
For 3 points.
Does the dagger say slashing or piercing, or does it say slashing and piercing?
It says piercing or slashing. Although,
All right, you driving it in, or you're slashing it across his face?
that's so weird. I've never even thought about that. I think in this case it would probably be piercing because that's what I said that I was doing.
Great. It takes no damage from the attack.
Great.
What's Ray doing?
Ray channels positive energy
To harm undead.
to harm undead.
Sweet.
All right, so I'm going to give him a will save.
See? See? It's not just me.
It's not just you. Oh, that's very low. 12.
Missed the DC.
Great. And for how much damage?
Only 3.
Tima is watching all this go down. She can see the instant the red destiny is stabbing into its back as time slows for Grip. What does she do?
I think she really enjoys when they're all killing something together. She I don't think she could give a shit about any of these people, but boy, it's nice when we all get to come together and rip something apart.
Nice.
And she expends 2 points from her Phrenic pool to use Will of the Undead so that her Mind Thrust will affect Undead, and she casts Mind Thrust 2.
Hey, I want to remind you about the additional uses of shame points we added into the mix. You could throw a shame point in there to raise your caster level by 2 if you want to increase damage. I only remind you as a tactic here because we haven't really done it yet. Something to ponder. You don't have to do it.
I by 2, right?
Yeah.
It's a little wasted because I'm already at 48.
Is
and
it maxed out at 5?
Max is at 5.
Oh, okay.
And I only have like 2 or 3 shame points left.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm not going to do that. Sorry, guys. I don't think it would occur to her.
That's also a reminder to Johnny and Paul, too, that that's a use that we now have in the campaign. Also to Robert, you can blow a shame point in a round where you take a full attack action to take an extra attack as if you were hasted. Should that come up? All right, so I got to make a will save as poor, sad Dr. Bergman Trice's memories are being burned out of his undead skull.
It's a mercy.
Wow. I'm rolling garbage here. That's an 11.
That fails.
How much damage?
17.
That's more like it.
17 again!
Oh, 17.
Oh my.
It's my number. It's our number.
And now we're in it for real. Everybody roll initiative. Oh, no.
Did you throw it off the table again?
No, I rolled very high.
Uh-oh.
Dora.
I got 9.
Oh.
Roni.
21.
Ray.
12.
And Grip.
7.
Oh, buddy.
We were so excited.
Don't forget that full defense is an option.
As is running away, which I may have to make a part of my strategy.
Robert, consider it very highly. So,
Oh, wait. In this moment when it turns, I have a question.
Yes.
It is presented with Red Destiny. Does it have to make that save again?
No, because it can see its murderer.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, Red Destiny would have been an option if
Got it.
if Grip was
Got
not
it, got
immune.
it. Yeah.
100%. All right, it's self-loathing paralysis having been broken. The Revenant whips around in a fury on Grip. Mm-hmm. He's now hasted. Mm-hmm. He now gets +4 profane bonus to all attack rolls and damage rolls against Grip. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Claw attack number 1. 33.
Oh,
My God.
God.
That just hits, Rob.
$16 points of damage. And as the claw hits, it attempts to start a grapple as a free action without provoking an attack of opportunity. CMB check of 31.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that beats your CMD even with the extra +1 from your...
By about 13.
All right, so does it have constrict? Oh, fucking hell, it does. 16 more points of damage as it wraps its claws around your neck and starts throttling the life out of you.
I'm down to 14 all of a sudden.
All right, so he's got you in his grip finally. He is going to destroy you. Roni, you are up. You are watching the life being literally throttled out of grip.
Yeah.
Shit just got very serious very quickly, very, very real. Grip is in a bad, bad way. You are behind Dr. Trice now on the other side of Grip.
And even though he's grappled, am I still flanking?
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to stay where I am.
Great.
Because me being there means he has a better chance of actually hitting when he attacks. So I'm going to stay right there, and this time, instead of piercing, I'm going to slash on its back.
Try some slashing, all right.
See if that makes a difference using this dagger. 25.
25, that is a hit. For how much damage?
5.
5 points of slashing damage, which the Revenant does indeed take. Its skin does open up from a slash attack very easily.
Excellent.
Ray, you're up. 10 feet away from the Revenant. Grip right adjacent to you is having the life throttle out of him. What do you do?
Grip, at the top of my turn, you gain 5 hit points.
You had to do that ability.
I did that ability, and it doesn't end unless I will it to end or we separate more than 100 feet from each other.
Oh my
Amazing.
So we have a life link.
Oh my god.
And when you take 5 points of damage or more, it comes out of my hit point pool and goes to you.
5 free hit points. Love it.
That's
That is
fantastic.
amazing.
Thanks, brother.
Oh.
And Ray channels positive energy against undead one more time.
Will save. 14?
That's a fail.
Oh, right. How much damage?
Let's see. 9 points.
9 points of damage. Its flesh is now on fire as it's wrapping its arms around Grip. Dora, you're up. Tima is up.
Tima is up. Tima is looking around. It's so nice to be home. Be a shame if we lost the big guy. She's going to spend a shame point to boost her mind thrust, so it'll be 5d8, and she will spend 2 more points from Dora's Phoenix pool, because fuck it, they're not hers. And she will cast mind thrust again at the elevated DC for Tima.
Excellent. Here we go. I'm going to make a will save for Dr. Trice. You guys are very lucky. A 12. Yeah, it's fail.
Yeah. So it is 18 plus 8. 26.
That's what I did.
And the Revenant explodes in flame, covering Grip in a splash of gore and ashy bits.
I don't even fucking care.
And that is the end of chapter 38.
Oh, that's good.
See you next time.
You guys remind me that Tima's out.
Tima's out.
Dark Nexus is a creation of Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, which are used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo Inc. For more information about Paizo's community use policy, please visit paizo.com/communityuse. And for more information about Paizo and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's PAIZO.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Sirenscape. Check them out at sirenscape.com. That's SYRINSCAPE.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music, composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. Special thanks to Toy, without whose generosity this project would not have been possible. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Chris, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Darren, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
WTPK.
Oh.
Brilliant. Love it.
Tag.
That was
Season
good.
2 tag.